and you can open yourself with discussion through where is the feeling. You have your feeling inside, I have my feeling outside, because you can see my feeling, which when you have your feeling, it's inside there, I can't find it out, maybe probably from one smell, called sill. Yggdrasil is the female tree, for this off-earring from the female side. When you go through the kamratskapskrets, you come to some called vänskapskrets. And vänskapskrets most before anyway has been when you have been really coming so close that it has been opening the wing, and you get some funny feeling to cleave for to give this thing, and you know that now you opened and you was giving this thing, and this woman who gets from you, she has been getting one pearl, and she can never forget this thing. Because somebody who opened for you, you can't forget it, because it happened and I get one pearl. So that's the vänskapskrets. Now if you have one good vän, she can go around and maybe happen to her on her way away. That one wing opened and she get one pearl, and she go further on in her life and one other wing, and she also get one pearl there. In the end she come back to her old friend and say, now I have 101 pearl, and now I give it to you 101. In the same way this woman can tell 101 stories how she get this pearl. Yeah, I met her and she smiled and we spent a little bit time and we started to speak, and we started to speak about our inner thing, and one day it came, so she was offering to me, and that became a story for your friend, vänskapskrets. So actually 1001 story, it's one Turkish story, where one guy is telling 1001 story, but if one person come to me and say, as a man, that 1001 pricks has been standing for me under my trip, and 1001 different situations has been happening in my life, for me to have 1001 to give to you. Thank you. I think now we can make some questions, because today I heard, now you maybe get the principle that it's completely natural if you have the feeling to have one bekant, asking for the kant, kamratskapskrets, and vänskapskrets. With one vän you don't stay together, because if you are owning your vän, you are one couple, and nothing happens. One vän is one who is free, who before we had no TV, radio, newspapers, so one vän also come in with information. Yeah, one vän come with information. So if you keep your vän daily together with you, you sit there lonely. But if you have vänskapskrets, who is all over and they all arrive back to you and tell how nice they've been having it, all kind of strange, nice thing has been happening in their life, your life becomes also rich. As more vän we have, as more we of course get lively people coming, him and him, or she, and like that, and in the end we have a life include in our vänskapskrets. But if we own our vän, it's the most boring situation. We can of course own, and we don't own our wife's, our child's mother, or our child's father. There we have another responsibility if we have children together to probably stay. I don't know why this woman should always stay with these stupid men, always only because they have children with them. But it's for security today in this money world. But it's not really natural. We can see it from the old system that they had these piruet, ruset, jalet, kalet, trelet, that it was always one caste higher man who make her pregnant, and she was in her own group with her own women and own men, with the father to her child come always from up. So you could always look up to one who is your father, but you was not actually spending time with your father, but you spent time with your mother. You spent time with your mother, but the father was always from up there. So this responsible we have today to be one father, and we have to suffer through all these economical problems, that people start to avoid to be fathers and mothers in this kind of system. This was Tantra. Now we have Mantra, and Mantra is the king. So now Man Te Tur Ra, Man Te Tur Ra. Mantra is when you offer for the king. One man could offer for the king, and one Tantra was to offer to Tantra. In Scandinavia, tant grön, tant brun, tant grön, tant something like that. That we all know. But the tant in root is so strong, so we even can put it on to this, what we call in this house, the Tantra is one completely female thing. He has to now make also one mantra, maybe later on in his program here in the house. Well, let's take a little bit questions. This was one monologue again, maybe it's not so much question to make. Any question from this thing? I have many when we are like smaller group of women. I want really to go, because I know my machine very well. I know from påse, kasse, säck, and huva, luva, mössan, if they are with A and or if it will say, and we have also kant in a way. Kant means the table has one kant. It's the closest we come. So I could go through, but I see that we must be one smaller group who later on, I hope, somebody who really want to go through in the sound, that we could later on meet and really see the inside, because I can show or I can tell in word my outside, and I have my feeling coming out, and you have your feeling going in. And this feeling must by name be the same. Now we know that, example, in Finnish language we have happy, holy, happy, holy, what called blygläpp. We have something called eggstock, and we have all these words, and it could be nice to have them in different language, so we could first take the insight for Finnish language. After the Scandinavian, who has nearly the same, of course, could discuss what is our insight in our Scandinavian root-based language. But maybe when we meet some people from countries who has also inside name, and we put them in sound system together and see what's inside, and we can reach maybe one understanding of the inside of the lady's feeling together in this story. It's like one battlefield where they all have been falling. It's like one nice, relax, this is really nice. But maybe one question for to get Saku out.
Yeah, I have a question about what you say about giving.
About
Giving.
giving, yeah, giving, woman open the wing with giving. It says the wing is the giving.
Yeah, and you say something about the other women are sitting on the table. That's how I understand it. So I want to understand what you mean. You said that the other women are sitting on the table, and one is the giving.
Yeah. Opening the giving, yes.
And they come out on the table.
Yeah. There is the table, and one comes from inside from one side and the other from the other side, so they meet each other, and she is cleaning her clitoris, get the climax, and she only gives the straw, so offering this with no touch.
Oh yeah.
No touch. So she opened the wing with giving, like we are sure wing or sure wings. Sure wing or sure wings. The sure wing is sounds female, and sure wings sounds more that you sure something masculine. This is now the serving. Yeah, this is now the serving order when you offer it for the queen.
Wat is de stroom? Wat is de stroom? Dus
Tantra. Take it again.
Stroom. Stroom. Wat is een
The straw. The straw is one, like one Coca-Cola straw.
Oh, weet je.
We call it kaislikkaputki. Kaislikkaputki in one. Kaislikkaputki. You find it all over in the sea there. You find all kind who look like bamboo. And we have one extra who called kaislikkaputki. And they break it and it comes like straw like that, and they can find it all over in the nature.
En hoe gives it to you?
And the other, he give this straw and the other without touch. And that's one thing without touching. Also when the man is there offering under the table, he is making something called suutar in silmukka. Suu means the mouth, suutar means take, suutar is the prick, suutar in silmukka is the ögla, silmukka is the ögla, this form. So the man has one other straw equipment. He make many straws and he break the straw like this, so it become one ögla, and straws go down this way, straw goes one this way, and when he break it, it become like one. So now this equipment the man used, that when he offer for another man, he has to dry hand by himself, and just when the ejaculation come, he say take, or he make one clap. So he take without touch. So there also the man is offering to the other man completely with dry hand by himself, and in the end he give this ögla so the other one can take this sperm without touching. Same also the female, that he take this thing with the straw without touching, and that sounds a little bit strange, that why do they don't have this touching when you offer for the king or for the queen. Now we have another word, what we maybe take here when we have this Finnish. We have something called isu varvas and piku varvas. Now pi means one circle, ku means this moon. Varv means like in the sport, första varvet, andra varvet, tredje varvet, you go varv, and as was the kuningas, and kuningatar means king and queen are the as. So now we have pi, ku, varv, as, pi is pi, ku is ku, varv is varv, and as is as. The other one is I, su, varv, as. I is the prick of the man, su is again the mouth, varv is the varv, and as is the as. Now we have in root lil to and stor to. To is T and O was the A with the moon on, to. Lil to and stor to. Yeah. So I have lil to and stor to, and that we all have, and in one it's called I, su, varv, as, and the other called pi, what is only the circle, su, varv, as. Yeah? So when you listen to this, we have pi, circle, ku, the moon, varv, the varv, and as, pi, ku, varv, as, and isu, varv. And this we can use as a mark in one situation. And for us men it means the next situation. So now you can compare, because it's not really the same with the female, because if I lie and sleep like this, and now I think that I see my prick is standing, so I am taking it out and drinking. Yeah? I take it out and drink. But if here is now lying one person next to me, who I think that I probably also could give him now instead of taking by myself, yeah, I give to him. So now, if I put the I, so, varv, as, It's one mark that he is taking my prick in his mouth and he suck it out. With the Isu var was. Isu var was. Yeah? But if I think that I take by myself and just when it come I say, take. So now he'll take. That's a small talk.
You do it here,
I can do it. I can get feeling to give. If I can give, I give straight away. If I can give, I give. Because you take there by yourself, so why don't take, and now you have me giving one pearl. I like to give. I don't know what it means. It's not so many people I've been giving to, but if there is one situation, somebody want to take, I say take. It's one pearl. A little bit from me into the brain of another person who can give me further on. Who can give me further on? And it's no relation in anything. It has nothing to do with owning each other or something like one sexual relation between one couple. What is the opposite? For the free do. So now I come that we have in the sound I and so and var as and P and Q and var as, so we can really motivate that you can lie and you have and you take out by yourself that you do every time you're prick standing in the night. We have nattvard and kvällsvard. Vard means this nattvard is when it's stand in the night time, and kvällsvard is this evening standing before you go for sleep. But I think we are afraid to give. Many people is thinking that if somebody offers to me, I take straight away. But I don't want to give. And anyway, it's the off-air ring, is the giving thing what is the pleasant in this thing. It's really that somebody you can give. And you give. And don't think that same time she has to give back. No. Because you know that if you give, maybe she has one feeling to one day come back and it can return in the other way. So it's not this 69 that it's one agreement and we are drinking from each other now and da. It's this that who is opening, and when you have been opening, somebody is, if one prick is standing for me, there is standing and I take. Of course, I think about he was standing for me, and why he stands for me, this guy. And so I think the next time I see him, of course, I've been thinking about so much. So when so of course I want to throw him one pearl. Good feeling.
It's not safe sex then. Do you drink?
It's CX. We have SX. SX is when you make child. SX. But C, A, B, C is skär, ra, A, aser, B, borg, C, skär, ra. And skär, ra means something like skär, vän. We was talking about Vasa skärven, this straw, you take one straw and you have from the skärven. But C, skär, ra. So you can share the ra, you can share the ra. You also share lek, the play of share. Today share lek means that it has to end with one marriage or children, but the share lek, according to the sound, was one play to get into that situation.
Ja, maar het is de hele safe sex. Het is condom. En dan kan je drinken. It's not symbolic.
It's not symbolic.
No, I mean, you do it.
Take it again. Drinking. Eating. Sperm. The woman was drinking 30 days sperm before they get in the sperm to be pregnant. Yeah. So they know the technique.
Yes. But I said there's no safe sex. They cannot drink the sperm then.
In CX means CX means CX, like sek, kasse, pose, or this kind of thing. So CX is CX, sex. Then SX is the S and X, and C is the CX. And C belongs to this of a ring of Ra. So CX is actually when you don't make children, you have sex. But when you make children, you have SX. There is one small thing you can see it's existing in the sound. So CX means offering actually. But today in this world we have been little bit mixing it and we've been understanding, I think, that is not to fördöma the life we have of feeling today. I think we could be humana and feel that we can anyway form our understanding maybe it was not natural that we are making children every day or something more.
We have 5 minutes. Still 5 minutes.
5 minutes more. This come on tape, and all these tapes we make here are different. You can see all of you who've been out 2 times or something, that how different they are. Every time we meet, it's something different. And this will be one collection of tape who is also all different. Maybe I want anyway to say that before I go from here, that it could be very nice with one female group to spend so much time so we could like more personally go through language of the inside of the lady, because it could. I have them in my brain, but when my mom and my sister was telling about her thing, I was small boy and was not so interested. But when she told about me and my säckpåse, kasse and mössa, luva, huva and all this falskrans and brett and kant and sari and äpple and öga and hjärta, and we have all these. Like we have a heart form of our prickhead, you must also have the heart form inside in you. You must have. But we can't see it, so we can't do nothing for it. But you must have the same Thor in you as I have at my prickhead. The hammer of Thor has egg, kolv and head. So every man has egg, kolv and head. So he has the hammer of Thor. And the woman has kli Thor, E-S. So there must be, and with language we can come to that conclusion, what it has been to put this language into the sound system and see what the difference between the outside feeling of the man and the inside feeling of the woman, how she opened her wings and why it happened and in what reason. Is it the form who make the attraction? I mean, one woman can be very attractive for one man whose mother say that I want to be grandmother, I want to be, I do not find girlfriend yet, that you know, this kind of. In the end, he find one woman, now this must be that to become my child's mother, for my mother to be grandmother. That's one kind of attraction. Now richness can sometimes be that pricks are standing because her father very rich. I heard this kind of boy telling that when I heard that her father was rich, my prick was standing all day when I was thinking about all this money. So that's also make pricks to stand. This kind of small nice thing we could be together in this house. But now we don't make this longer. I think we say, boom, it was very nice to have this slagfelt here. And we are anyway listening half air what is going on. Thank you for me. 5 minutes has gone. And very, very nice that we came together like this. And Mama also. It is wonderful daughter who is spreading sunshine all over this place. Yeah, we have only 1 hour after Viresh. So I'm wondering what to tell. It's something about friend. A bit higher? Little
No,
more
you also
sound.
come closer, huh? There's lots of space here.
No, I can put up a little bit. Can you close the door behind you? And we can put up a little bit. Maybe otherwise we all fall to sleep. It's okay also to fall to sleep, like listening to one radio program. Then you are closing your eyes and listening. But maybe if there's something that we stay awake today. Still coming people from your side. Otherwise we get home. Like you, full of luck.
Right, it's my lucky dating t-shirt.
Your lucky day.
Lucky dating t-shirt.
Lucky day. Yeah. Can you close this door in the background there? If there is somebody coming in, speak. Okay, it was friendship, and that sounds something in this house to be very important. That we have friends. Friend means, of course, different for different people. For me, is one friend who come to visit with information. I can't stay with my friend. That means that we are like one couple. My friends are all out, and they all come to visit, and it's so nice to see them because they've been having all kind of experiments when we have not seen each other. So they are coming back and telling the honest logic and truth. We are only men today, so what is the difference? Men has toe, men has wrist, men has vagina, men has lord, but woman has also, and we have all media, and all these names is same, except the small sex different. And of course the woman has their balcony, and the men have our bulk. So we start with the bulk. The bulk exists in something called sek. A sek. And we have a ryggrad. Ryggrad start from here and it goes down the ryggrad and it ends with one ryggsäck. So we all men has ryggsäck. Inside in this ryggsäck is 2 stones. And inside in these 2 stones there is really difference between woman and men because woman has no stones, but we have. We can have bigger stones or smaller stones, and we can call them with different name. But anyway, we call them stones today. The stones are inside in something called påse, or påsar. In påse, one påse, or many påsar. So we know we have 2. I met one guy here last year, or was 2 years ago, who had only 1, but that was one exception. So now we have påse. And now this stone, with the ejaculation, these stones is coming up here. Maybe you have not found out, but anyway, you can't get any orgasm, any ejaculations end if the stones has not been removed up from the påse to the kasse. So now we have säck, påse, kasse, and we have ryggsäck. And inside in the ryggsäck is 2 påse, and the 2 påse is removing them up with the ejaculation, the orgasm, to come up here, and that means kasse. It has to do with the sound se, like se is the säck, and påse is the påse, and kasse is the kasse. After the säck, we come to something called kolv. And kolv is just that part where these shafts start to come out. So that we call kolv. Kolv you have also in the automobile, you have kolv. But we men, we have also kolv. There where the shaft is starting to come out. The skaft, we call it in root, and the skaft has, of course, one form who can be stiff, and in that way we can see our manickel how it is, because we all have this scuffed. In the end of the scuffed, up of the scuffed, we have something called false. False. And one false crunch. But we take only the false. The false get one angle, come to one breadth. And breadth is just where our prick heads start to get a little bit larger from this scuffed. And the breadth can be more breadth or more breadth, especially when you start to stand, this breadth skin start to vibrate. And the breadth is the neck of our prick head, and the neck is the most sensitive part of us. If you think that we have a needle and somebody put the needle in the eyes, that could be, of course, very horrible. But if somebody put the needle on our neck, on this breadth part, that's also too sensitive to start to put any needle in there. So that's our most sensitive part, is the breadth called neck. And from the breadth we come to something called count. Yeah, count. Now women also have count. We can put in our prick in their count. But we have also one count. And the up part of the count is called sari. 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 And the top of the sari is the apple, and in the middle of the apple is the third eye, where the sperm comes from. And when you go down on the other side of the apple, you come to something called hjärtklappar. The heart claps. Clap, 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 clap. And there is one E-angle, one E-winkel, and in the E-angle is one weg. And we all have this funny weg. When we are small boys, we are all looking there at what do you have this weg? It's like one angle like that, and there is this weg, and both sides is this clap, who make that this prick head get one heart form, the form of the heart. Now, this name of our prick, also the carpenter took when he started to construct one table. We have no table here to show, but maybe we take this grand piano. If this is the Shiva, we call this Shiva. Everybody from Scandinavia knows that this is the grand piano's Shiva.
You want a chart?
Shiva?
You want a chart to draw?
No, I don't really. This is one Shiva, and every table has also one Shiva. So you sit down and you serve somebody from the Shiva. The dining table has one Shiva, but the billiard table has one sari. The billiard table has one sari. That means something comes up so the ball doesn't run down. That's also one part the carpenter must know. He can have a nice Shiva of the billiard table, but now he put one sari there who made that it doesn't go up. From the sari, you come to the count. So here we have already one count. I can stöta mig on the count. So because it took on the count. Yeah? And from the count, this is the breadth. You can see this is so breadth, only more or less breadth here. And from there, let's go down what we call the false. So now when we have again the prick has also the false. And from the false comes one angle called breadth, vibrera, vibration. And that comes the vibration from the breadth. When you go a little bit up from the breadth, you come to the false. And from the false you start to form this apple with the tredje öga, the third eye in the middle. Tredje öga means the third eye in our language. When the third eye will open, everything will change on the planet, as some philosophy been saying. So now we have our prick, is one ryggrad with one ryggsäck. Inside in the ryggsäck is two påsar, and inside in the ryggsäck is also two kassar. Now if you go to the shop today and buy wheat to make bread, you usually buy it also in one sack. Or you take it from the sack and you put it in one påse, and you put it in your kasse and you walk home. I take it again. Same thing when you go to buy the material to make bread today. It's in the shop, it's existing in one sack, one big sack. And there he take it, the man who sell it, and he put it in one paper pose. And the paper pose you put in your kasse, and you walk home with your kasse, and you make your bread. So now you see that this is coming, säck, pose, kasse, from our ryggradsäck. The säck is message always is storlek. Storlek. The people from Scandinavia heard about storlek. Storlek means the size. So when you buy one säck, you ask for storlek number 567. When you buy one pose, you can have different kind of paper bags called pose, and you can have different size called storlek. And also the kasse is one big kasse, is bigger storlek, and the small kasse. So that's storlek with the end of lek. Lek means play in Rome. And now we come to the kolv and the skaft. That's called groovlek. Yeah, see a different groovlek. Oh, he's very groovlek. So groovlek can be bigger and groovlek can be smaller. That's the second lek in your imagination. Now when you come to this head of the prick, that's tjocklek. Tjocklek. So that's the third leg. And when you put in the lady, she's always thinking about the dude leg, if it's enough, or maybe too long. So she's in the imagination looking your standing prick in the imagination about the dude leg. So the säck is the storlek, the skaft is the groovlek, and the head is the tjocklek. But the hard clap is also tjocklek. It's who make the clap hard. It's also the tjocklek. And the sarg is also tjocklek. And the breadth is also tjocklek. So whole head is go on this tjocklek, when the shaft and the kolv go on groovlek, and the påsekasse, säckpåsekasse, storlek, and when it go in, it's a question about Jew. That's our prick. You find it familiar in a way that we have this, we men have this thing, but we have also this kant. And a woman has also kant, because in English we put in our prick in their kant. When we are fuck king. Now, fuck means actually in our language that you have a post-fuck. It's where you put in the different letters and you take in them and out them in the post-fuck. You have the bank fuck and learn fuck. And the lady, she has one fuck there where we put in our prick in her fuck and we take out it from her fuck. And the king is fucking, so he is the man who put in his prick in the fuck. And he starts fucking. According to the sound. But the woman must also have one false. They must have one false. If they have the breath, maybe the breath must be their kli, tor, is. We men have Tor's hammer, the hammer of Tor, and hammer has egg, kolv, and head. Normal hammer has the egg side as the sharp side, and the middle part is called kolv, usually where the shaft come out from the hammer, and the head of the hammer. So we men has also one Tor's hammer, the hammer of Tor. And the woman has the kli Tor, kli is for feeling, kli Tor, I is the prick, or I can also be the carrot, what's in kli with. So Tor means one friend, or hard friend. You can have many hard friends in your life. And what means, in that case, one friend? We can divide this friendship in something called be, what means asking, kant. Skap means creation. Be kant skaps krets. Be kant skaps krets. And that's usually people to say hello to you on the street. They belong to your bekantskapskrets. After you come to this kam, you remember we took this kam one day, and we have kam are, and we have kamrate, kamratskapskrets. And kamratskapskrets, I think, is that person who already come to say hello to you, to your kammare, and you can start to talk about honest, logic and true. One person who come up to you and say hello, I come with nice information to you, you can already feel that he belongs to your kamratskapskrets. And after that we come to something called vänskapskrets, and vänskapskrets means just this friend. Now where are we men when we are friends? What means really that we are friends? Somebody say that if somebody has been offering for me one pearl, his prick has been standing for me, and he has been getting out his sperm and he's been putting it in me, so now in that way he can classify that person to having so strong feeling to me, so he could hoova, take it out and put it into me. But before we go into this friend, we had few parts more of this prick. That we had the down part, what was the C, A, B, C, like säck, påse, kasse, and after it come to kolv, and we come to the skaft, and we come to the head. But the head is covered by one shin. We have foreskin, and we all know what foreskin means. But in root we have more than one skin, we have also hood. We have fur hood and fur shin. And fur hood and fur shin means that it's double that part. We have one part of our body who has double skin, one part is blue, other part is red, and the lining is violet. It means violet is the blue and red together. So if you take up your skin like that on your prick and you look through one light, the inside look blue and the outside look red. Now when the skin, the foreskin, is covering your third eye, it's called mössa and end with a. And mössa you put on in Sweden when you go out, because you have one mössa on your head also. You can say hello and take off your mössa, and you can block your head with one mössa. You can also block your down head just with this mössa. But when mössa is on, you can't see the third eye. The next position when the prick usually start to stand, first it's one maskstolpe. Now you have one maskstolpe there in your trousers. But once we start to be one pole, and pole means that it start to stand, and it become one pole. From pole it come poke, and poke is already with poka, when it's really standing, so poke, and from poke it comes stake, and stake is like one used stake with manschett, it has already shed. And from stake it comes stång, and stångas is the orgas. So when pricks start to stand, it starts from maskstolpe, when it's lying there like all our pricks at the moment, but it can come hunting, so it becomes one pole, and from pole it becomes one poke, and from poke it becomes one stake, and from stake it becomes one stång and stångas. They are all on E.